Nice. Can you walk faster?
It's too fast, right?
You can go faster?
Okay.
Cool. Even faster.
Faster.
Oh, it's crashing. Whoa.
It's too fast. Don't.
Nice. That's
okay
very
now?
good. Try again, even faster. So hi, so who are you?
Selena.
Selena, what is the company?
LKK and LKK.
So LKK
Yeah.
is Shenzhen,
Yeah, we're from Shenzhen.
and this is real product?
This is the correct product.
It's real?
Of course it's real.
For
It's
sale?
Kimbo. Great.
For sale?
Yeah, huh? But we're a product design and development company. So all of these products you see here is that we develop for the different companies.
Sorry, is this following your phone or?
No. In
No?
fact, this is just the cable for the speaking.
So, but how is it following you, or is it following the phone, or no?
Yeah, following my phone is connected to my
That phone?
Yeah,
So if you give me the phone,
it will be run away.
it will follow me?
No?
No.
Yeah, because it's already recognized my dresses. That is why it can follow me.
Recognize your dress.
Dresses and also their sensors and the app in my phone. So the two functions together, that is why it can follow
Yeah.
me.
Can you clip the microphone there? Not move it so much.
Okay.
And what is this?
This is another the e-bike. We just take it out and show all of the mechanical that what we have right now.
So you do an e-bike.
Yeah, not only e-bike, there's so many different products that what we're working right now.
What is this? There.
This is a mechanical device that we're showing the mechanical design what we have right now. So right now we're cooperating with many startup or some of the new technology companies to focus on to make the new products for them. So quickly.
Sorry, it's very cool. Can you open this bag? Can I see what's inside?
It's water inside.
Full of water?
Yeah, because we need to keep it stable.
Can I
if
see?
it's empty, it cannot be working very well. So
Can you open it?
Yep, sure. Wait.
Okay. Ouch! Be careful your fingers.
It's okay now. So
Okay.
there's some battery and some sensor inside. So all those things is just same as a luggage, nothing very special.
There's only a little bit here,
Yeah, the battery is there and the sensor right there.
and here is nothing.
Yeah, there's
It's only
nothing.
here.
Yeah, it's common package there. So it's very simple, but
How heavy is this?
the sensor.
How heavy is the bag without the
This is
water?
about the
4 kilo. All right, let's check some other stuff.
Okay.
Can you make
we can
it work
leave
again?
Here, okay, you can stop it there.
Can you follow me? Okay, come. I know, I'm the other side.
Okay. No?
Cool. Can you walk faster?
Hey, want you to be faster, walking faster.
Yeah. Run. Try running. Running faster. Faster, running. No? Okay. It's too cool. If you're in a rush at the airport, you look too cool.
It is. It's pretty convenient, right?
Can I have one?
Why not?
How much is the price?
The price is just nearly $500.
It's okay. It's cheaper than an iPhone. I think it's much cooler than an iPhone.
We have a much more cool stuff than
Okay.
this one.
What?
But we will bring to the market very soon in 1 month.
What?
One by one, this is kind of the smart locker, which can track your car. For example, you can rent your parking place to others, and it can find where you park your car. So it's easy to find your car by this device.
Cool. What is this stuff?
This is something can clean the islands directly, automatically. And we also have this stuff is also cool. It's a mouse. You see, it's a mouse. But it also can control your computer too.
It can do what?
Yeah, it can control the PPT like this by the playing. So it's so easy and convenient, right?
Oh, so it's a mouse?
Yeah, it's a mouse.
It's a mouse, and then boom, it's a thingy. Oops.
Yeah, just press it like this.
My camera go wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
change the page.
So you close it, mouse, and then this. Look, look.
Right.
Mouse. Okay.
And there's the tracker. We don't need the Wi-Fi, don't need the Bluetooth. So
It's
when
3G,
you
4G.
not 4G, they just connect you to the outer space. So when you got lost in some remote or unknown place, they can track you easily to give
Connect
some
to the space.
Sorry?
You connect to Chinese satellites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the LED screen that you can show the mechanical design. It's so cool. You know
It's not
LED
a screen.
It is screen. Look,
Oh,
right? So this is the back.
it looks like a drone.
Exactly. And it's much lighter than the traditional one. So we get a lot of changes on them.
But why you do all this? Do you have like skills?
Yeah, of course, we have about 150 engineering team.
Are you engineer?
No, I'm a designer. We have 1,500 designers.
How many engineer?
150 engineers.
And 1,500 designers?
Yeah. In
So you
fact,
have 10 designer for every engineer?
yeah,
Really?
of course.
So it's
We're
very
from
much a design
LKK,
company.
the largest industry design company in China. And we're from the supply chain management branch office.
Which one you design?
My design, I didn't bring to here today, but because we have another booth in other place. Maybe later you will come there.
About what is your design?
I designed the medical device and also the industry equipment too.
Makeup device?
Medical, for example.
Medical.
Okay. This device, in fact, you see, maybe it's just
It's a
easy.
brain scanner, right?
Yeah, it's a brain waves. But when you wear it, it can take a picture automatically. It's by checking your mind brain.
Picture
brain,
of what?
taking picture by your brain waves. It can monitor what you wanted. For example, you're just thinking, okay, I want to take a picture, right? And then you wear this device. It can take a picture automatically. So
You just think.
yeah, you don't need a cell phone or something else because there's a camera.
So you think picture and it will take it.
Right. You don't need to do some movement.
What is this karaoke?
Yeah, there's the karaoke you can charge with the cable, and then you can sing it.
Does it make you
automatically.
sing better?
Of course, you can listen your singing directly.
Is auto tune
Yeah, right.
tuning your voice?
Yeah,
Make
this
you
is-
sing like
This
Celine
is similar
Dion?
functions too, but this is for the level. You see, the level.
To do what? Label? What does that mean?
Lenovo is a famous Chinese
Lenovo.
brand too. Yeah.
You work with Lenovo.
Yeah, a lot. We're working with EQ and Nestle and LG and this kind of both of big companies too.
Is this like a flying spaceship?
Yeah, the shape is, the design imagination is from that. But this one
How does
is
it work?
connected together. Yeah.
How does it work?
Usually they should be like this.
How?
It can stop by the magnetic.
show?
Yeah, but now it doesn't work because someone broke it this morning.
It's a American, right?
No,
Okay. No?
it's not
Because
American.
trade war. Okay.
Oh, that makes
What is
sense.
this?
This is just a heater. For
It's a
hair
foldable.
dryer.
Can I take this one?
Of course.
It's very compact. It's a
Yeah.
high power.
Yeah, and you can see the design is also good. Or this
It's just
one,
I don't have hair, so it's not so good for me.
really.
Yeah.
So this one is a charging robot. It's very lovely one, and we're cooperation with one company named Himalaya.
Himalaya.
Yeah, it's one of the largest voice control company in China, similar as Siri, the function.
Is it
So-
from the mountains of Himalaya?
No, it's a company's name. It's platform which have all of the contents and the voice control. So we're working with them to make this robot. You know, for this company, they have one problem. It's a platform, right? They only focus on comments or contents. So they need a hardware to make all of the contents could be available. Not only relied on the cell phone. Before they relied on cell phone or tablet to download the app, but now they have their own hardware.
Is this also flying in space or something? What is this?
No, this is all light and the AI speaker. You can see some speakers right
Can you
here.
show it?
It's near to be charged now.
No power?
Yeah, no power.
You only charge it in China.
And this can be touched by the face generator. When you touch by this, it can change the power, the lens.
Did you say face generator?
It's
face?
not. They have sensor inside in that, but it's near charger. Later, maybe I can show you. You can just change the lights.
It's got gesture control.
Exactly. Maybe later we can show you because
So you can use it with very dirty hands. Yeah. Okay.
That's true. And this is a 1 cup machine. This machine, and you can see you can put the coffee and this kind of both of the things inside.
So we will make some coffee.
Yeah, coffee, tea, both are okay. 1 cup, you can.
Nescafe,
Good, sure. You see?
but it's 1 cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Can
fact,
you also
you
do a
didn't-
smart toothbrush? Of course.
Yeah, this is we developed for another companies too. This device is cool, very too, but you didn't try. You see?
Can you try it?
Of course, he can try. So that's why we can start this one. And it's pretty light.
The luggage can follow you on the bicycle. Oh, there's a display.
You see? Yeah.
Okay,
you,
go.
Hey, stop. We
No,
should
no,
stop
you can
this
continue
one first. Okay.
I hope
它
you
让
can
你
do
让
both.
这个车也跟着
No,
你后
no,
面
both. Try it. Yeah, that's cool.
That is an electronic bag.
Yeah, no accident. Here's lawsuit country. Oh, this is too cool. You can have your luggage follow you on a bicycle. Why not? It's just, yeah, you can come this way. Yeah. All right. Yeah, just keep going. M2. It's called the M2. You have a cool job. No, you have a cool job. Okay, keep going. This is a 2020 CES with a bicycle, electric bicycle with a nice LED display. He's got some luggage just following him, and you can also ride up the hill. It's totally cool. No accidents, no crash. So I was just saying that your friend has a very cool job,
Yeah, he did.
but you too.
Thank you. This is another device you didn't see yet.
I just want to follow him for one more second,
to. Okay, sure.
because this is too crazy. Okay, what did I not see?
This one. This is kind of the earphone, but it can stop when you're sleeping. So when you're sleepy, just wear this one. Maybe you're driving or you're working, you feel sleepy or tired. Just wear this one. It can wake you up at once. So it's,
So what? Is it earphone for sleeping?
it's anti-sleeping earphone.
Is a sleeping earphone?
Not for make you sleepy. It's to wake you up when you feel sleepy.
So sometimes in the office,
Yeah, or
your
driving.
boss wants you to work, but you fall asleep.
Yeah.
So you will always wake up when you fall asleep. Is that what it is?
Just
No?
let you wake up. And
Okay.
you also can enjoy the music too, because this earphone is very good quality about the speakers.
Maybe you can use it while watching a very boring TV show.
Oh, really? That's its
And you fall
too.
asleep and it wakes you up instantly and you continue watching.
Perfect. Good idea.
Okay. It's like for Game of Thrones or something. I'm joking, it's not boring. And what is
This
this?
is kind of the robot for charging, because you know the charging in the kindergarten they're like playing around, right? It's darting in the hands. So it's kind of the robot
Washing hands?
Yeah, there's some liquid come outside and clean your face, clean your hands.
Oh, nice.
So just for chargers.
It's a hand wash.
Yeah.
This is a drone in a box.
Yeah, this is a kind of the drone for the chargers too, not for the, artificial this kind of field, just for the chargers. It came about the 8 meters like this. That robot is very cool in fact. It got the best sale in China.
It's very popular. It's very cheap.
Not cheap in fact.
It's 100 RMB.
So you know this one before?
No, I think so. How much does it cost?
It is about the $80 like this.
$82.
82, yeah.
Okay, and you have
one?
more? This is your Bluetooth speaker?
Yeah, this is a dual screen. So when you have a lot of work to do, you can change the different screen at the same time. This one I do the Excel.
You can close it?
Of course.
Don't break it, yeah? So it just goes behind and boom. Is it Type-C? Connect with the Type-C?
Yeah, exactly.
So I can take it out?
Yeah. Then it would, you see, only one now.
Only one.
Yeah.
But I can connect my phone?
Not phone now. We have another version now. It's not a phone right now.
Okay, yeah, try to connect just to try.
Okay, let me see. We have another product which could work as that, not on the cell phone now. So next time we will bring another version.
Okay, but it's Type-C support. But yeah, I don't have it. Okay. Okay, cool. And here's your Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, it's an AI, not Bluetooth, AI speakers.
Where is the AI?
This is, we just show the mechanical design. So we separated all of the coupons and the mechanical parties into the different one. We show all of our ability on the mechanical design. This is the PCBA you can see from here.
This is the PCB. This is where the AI resides. And this is what's inside.
The speaker.
Cool. So it says your idea, you make it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that means Americans or other people, Europeans, maybe have ideas, and you in China, you make it.
Exactly. No matter what kind of the products, because every year we launched about 3,000 different products for the different company, big company or startup. We'll work on everyone come to us.
So you are a big design house.
We cannot say that we're a design company because we have the development, engineering, we also do the supply chain management. So they offer the idea, we will make the products design and also the mechanical design, electronic development, prototyping, and mass production. So everything we can do.
That's what a design house does, no?
Sorry?
Design house is not only design, it's
yeah, design
hardware,
house, they only
electronics.
do design. We do all of the things from design to manufacturing, DFM, including everything.
And is a good price?
Of course, this is why so many American partners come to us.
Which one?
Cerabag, do you know that?
Cell bank?
Cerabag.
Cerabag.
Yeah, it's kind of the medical device. They're in the Silicon Valley and it's focused on checking the waves.
Chicken waves.
Checking brain waves.
Okay. Okay.
So
And
it can
other one?
monitor what's kind
Other
of
one?
problem.
Other company, many.
We started now, so there will be more and more come to us. The reason why this kind of the American startup or American company come to us because we can short the time for them. When they finish one product in America, maybe it take at least 1 year or 2 years. By us, maybe we can only
1 or 2 weeks.
cannot 5 months or 4 months like this, and reduce a lot of the cost by all of the resources in China.
Do you have office in Europe or USA or
I'm
only
trying
in
to
China?
open one in California this year.
You?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to employ and interview some people right now.
Anybody
So-
is smart enough?
Sorry?
Anybody smart enough in California to work?
Of course, I'm just selecting who is the best one so far. Maybe you can recommend some good people to us too.
They can contact you. Maybe they watch this video and they're like, hey, I want to work in the California office, Silicon Valley,
Yeah, near that area.
near the Google.
Don't need to so near.
Near the
just
Apple?
That's area or San Francisco. Both are okay.
Not sure.
Okay.
You're not sure yet where the office will be?
Silicon Valley or the San Francisco. Both are okay.
You will have two offices.
Yeah, this is our plan.
Many people want to do like crowdfunding, new idea, and put on the crowdfunding, and then they partner with you to make it real.
In fact, before crowdfunding, they already come to us. For example, they just have one idea, concept stage. So they come to us, they tell what kind of the products or functions, features they want to come to. And then we will give the feedbacks or final proposal. For example, how long to finish from design to manufacturing, and what is the cost on each stage, and what kind of the research you should have. So we give all of these things to them. And this kind of startup, they can decide if they wanted to work with us or they can go on this within the budget. So if it's over the budget, they can give up this project and start it or not a new one. So in fact, they come to us even before the crowdfunding, not only after the crowdfunding stage.
So you have a lot of experience with this.
Yeah.
How old is this company?
I love this company, it's pretty cool.
How old is the company?
It's just 50 years old, not pretty down.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sharbax.
Hi.
Hi.
So this is the big TCL booth here, CES 2020.
Welcome in Vegas.
You have some really exciting stuff here, huh?
Yes, we have some 8K announcement. We have some mini LED announcement and a lot of QLEDs everywhere based on quantum dots.
This is really cool. And a lot of people are checking out your cinema wall.
Yeah, that one is micro LED. So this
132
is different from mini LED. Here, every LED is a pixel. So you have 24 million pixels. You have 24 million LEDs, and this is active, meaning it's not a backlight. There is no filter. What you see here is micro LED. It's an innovation. It's a prototype. When the technology will be mature, maybe in 1, 2, 3 years from now, then we will bring it on the market.
Is this the coolest looking micro LED large display in the whole world?
This is one of the coolest. You see a lot of micro LED solutions.
Samsung is showing something.
Oh, exactly the same technology. Same technology. Every brand, every major brand is working on this micro LED technology at the moment.
So it's not quite 8K, but it's definitely going to be 8K.
It's going to be 8K, or by the time we launch it, it's going to be maybe 12K resolution. What I can tell you is we already sold a few pieces, but we need some maintenance. Yeah?
It's very, very, very big.
It's very
potentially
big, very bright.
You can do any size you want.
Yes, and also really good for the resolution. So you can talk, here we show 132 inch, but we also show in the past 150 inch, so much.
And basically it's just tiles, you can put them together as many as you want.
Yes.
And you have small tiles of micro LEDs.
This prototype is made of small tiles, yes, but the target in the end is to make this in a factory, so in one piece. So, but here for the prototype, you see small types of micro LEDs. It's easier to maintain and to control.
Maintain, it means sometimes some pixel die and you want to swap out a tile.
Because it's heating a lot, and on this prototype, which is heating a lot, 24 hours a day, sometimes, correct, there might be some tiles to replace.
It looks really impressive. And
really cool product.
The border around here is much closer than the Samsung demo. That means you're not scared to let people see it.
No, we are not
cool.
scared. We are not scared to say it's prototype, it's technology. But in the meantime, we have a very nice one, which is mini LED.
And this is the big launch for this show.
Correct.
You're claiming to be the first
And the only one?
The only one to do what? Mini LED,
mini LED
8K or mini LED?
Both 4K, 8K, and with a quantum dot filter with QLED on top. So what you see here behind me is a 75-inch mini LED first generation. So
what do you mean first generation?
Generation 1, which we are actually selling this model. So this model is on the market, 75-inch in the US, 65-inch in Europe. What you have here at the back, 15,000, so 15K, 15,000 really small LEDs. And these LEDs are split into zones. We have 800 zones, meaning we can dim and control individually each zone. Great contrast, great brightness, and when the blue LEDs are gonna hit the quantum dot, it's gonna explode into colors. So
800, you say?
800 zones.
Gen 1.
First generation 1. Generation 2,
Yeah.
we improve the concept, of course. It's gonna launch by the end of this year.
Yeah.
And then we encapsulate more than 20,000 LEDs in a small sheet of glass. So here you have a sheet of glass. And in this sheet of glass, we encapsulate so many small LEDs, like 20 or 25,000 LEDs.
25,000.
Depending on the screen size. You could even have
So you're
more.
going from 800 to 25,000?
No, that's the amount of LEDs. Then the LEDs are split into zones, and here we are talking about thousands of zones. Yes, so 1,000, 2,000 zones can control individually also. So same as generation 1, much more precise, much more dense. The LEDs are smaller, more powerful, and the pitch, so meaning the gap between each LED, much smaller. So we can refine and control the backlight even better.
This is 8K.
This is 8K, more than 2000 nits brightness, and here we're not talking about peak brightness, but average brightness on the screens can be 2000. What you don't see actually is you have a very good transition between the black and the white. You have no halo effect, or almost no halo effect. This one is a prototype, but we're gonna launch it by the end of the year.
End of the year, not before?
By the end of 2K20.
So
And then we have a generation 3. We can talk later.
at the press conference, you
Yes.
were...
That's called mini LED on glass, and at the press conference we call it Vidrian. Vidrian mini LED on glass.
At the press conference, you were kind of teasing Hisense a little bit, or somebody else doing dual layer displays. You don't do dual layer. You
We
only
don't
do
do-
mini LED.
Correct.
You claim it's better, it's brighter.
It's brighter. It's safer from an industrial point of view, and it's easier to control together with quantum dots. Of course, I cannot comment on Hisense solution. They may have a good solution, but we think mini LED is a much better solution.
But they claim to have 2 million zones
Yes, because of this double.
as a full HD zones.
I'm not
They
sure.
even might do 4K zones eventually.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it works. I need to check out on Hisense.
But no halo, even it's just thousands of zones.
Just thousands of zones, meaning 2,000 of zones is enough to decrease the halo effect, but on the next generation we will eliminate the halo effect.
What do you mean next generation?
Generation 3 of mini LED.
You showing something?
Yes, for 2021 or 2022, so meaning in 2 years from now. You know, maybe I have to explain, these products are full array local dimming, FALD, full array local dimming, meaning the LEDs are placed at the back, it's direct backlight. The challenge here is to make thin products. Generation 1, 2 centimeters instead of 4 centimeters. Generation 2 will go slimmer, and here we have the generation 3, which is less than 5 millimeters. So if you go on the side, here, this is really direct backlights. So the LEDs are placed at the back in a very thin sheet of glass, and the LEDs are closer to the screen to reduce the thickness, less than 5 millimeters. What we also put, we put the speakers in a nice soundbar to make the TV even slimmer.
So slim is a big trend in the last many years, but I think the most important is brightness, quality.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Most important, I would think, is brightness, quality. How is that? Is that also an improvement?
In terms of
Gen 3?
picture quality, you have 4 key things for the human eyes and the brain. You have the contrast, which is the difference between the bright and the dark area. Contrast is probably super important, the most important. Number 2, you have the color. The human eyes can really see the colors. Number 3, you have the sharpness, so the level of detail, the resolution. And number 4, you have the motion on moving pictures, how it behaves without any judder. So these 4 factors are really very well managed with direct LED solution or mini LED solution. Contrast is really much improved. HDR effect is there. You have all the details on the bright and the dark zones. And the last thing to improve is really on the thickness. You really here you see, you will have much more zones. We are talking about 300K zones. Maybe.
300,000 zones.
Yes, and the challenge now on this kind of very thin TV, it's heating. It's heating a lot. It's becoming warm.
You don't
on the
dare
back-
touching it. It gets hot.
Well, you can touch it. No problem.
I got
But-
static electricity. I can't touch.
Okay, but at the
Yeah.
back we put a lot of vents to avoid to make the heat escaping at the back.
The
So
vents
you,
and the
yeah, you see a lot of or I'm not sure if you can see that at the camera. You see a lot of holes at the back here. This is really for the heat to come out.
Nice.
And the nice thing, even in a very slim TV now, we can put the electronics. So all the chassis, what we call the printed circuit board, is still at the back. So when you plug your HDMI and so on, very convenient.
So how does it work? This mini, it's kind of nearly micro LED because you have 300K of them. It's a lot. But mini LED on glass.
It's not-
How is the
it's-
technology of that doing that?
It's not micro LED. Again, if you look at an 8K TV, you have 33 millions pixels.
It's only 300,000.
And here you don't have one LED per pixel. Yeah, it's still a backlight.
It's 100 times less.
Yes.
But it's getting closer.
You could say that. But the result is not that far away. The result is not that far away from a micro LED.
The most important is for the consumer and for the user, do they see a difference or they don't?
In terms of contrast, brightness, color, perception, on QLED powered by mini LED, they see a big difference. They even see sometimes a real, benefit versus OLED. So yes, the QLED powered by mini LED, you really see a big difference. You have so many zones and so many brightness and colors. So here what we are also
Let's check the
showing-
difference between OLED
Yeah,
and your
well,
mini LED.
yes.
So you're much brighter basically, no?
On the
Is
left-
that what you would say?
Yes, on the left you see a much brighter and much more detailed picture. When you look at the bright zones, the white zones or the black zones, you probably see more details here. You see more details in the hairs, on the skin, because the HDR is better managed. Of course,
You're not cheating with their demo?
No cheat. No. Of course, OLED is really good.
It's
OLED,
great.
OLED
but
is great.
You have more brightness. What's the nits?
Here we talk about
1200.
Here this is mini LED, first generation, generation 1 on the market, 1500 nits. Second generation, 2000 nits. Third generation, no limit.
No limit.
No, we will go high.
And this one is capped at 500 to 700 nits.
Yes,
kind of.
A traditional 55 display, OLED display is.
They don't have a system to go brighter.
No,
it's not possible.
The technology
You break the
does
OLEDs.
not- yes, but the black level are really good. So now you see or you don't see, but HDR effect might be difficult with the camera to perceive. On the
I
left,
don't film HDR.
more details on the skin and more 3D HDR effect. You see here, all the details are kind of lost sometimes.
All right.
So out-of-box settings, dynamic picture on both. You see that mini LED is really quite
Last
good.
year, with your colleague, American guy, we were talking about the AI,
Yeah.
and I wonder if it was an error. He was talking about that you have some kind of AI that's like much more efficient in H.265 to compress video to like very tiny bit rate.
Yes.
Is that real?
Yes, okay. This one is a technology demo. So the one you are referring to is not this demonstration. It's another demonstration.
Yeah.
It will land in 2K20 this year on the range on high-end TVs. That one is also really interesting. You have a library of pictures in the TV and on the cloud. So to compare with, and what you can see here, the TV recognizes this is tree, this is leaf, there is brown.
So
you
it
see that-
optimizes for that?
yeah, the color saturation is increasing on the brown and the red and increasing on the blue because it detects some water. But the color saturation is okay on the green.
So it keeps
It
adjusting
keeps
the
analyzing-
settings.
It keeps adjusting the settings by picture recognition, by scene recognition. Will implement the right settings.
So
Same for audio quality.
The codec thing is real, and 2020. What does that mean? Does that mean you're going to enable
This is
new
real, so-
systems for high quality 4K streaming and lower bitrate, or what does it mean?
No,
the
no.
other thing I'm talking about.
I mean the
codec
other
thing.
thing. The first thing,
codec.
yes, the codec compression
Yeah.
is going to happen at the end of this year.
So what is it going to enable? Like, does that mean you're going to enable better quality 4K
The
streaming?
benefit for consumers is when you stream some, let's say, low-end YouTube content with a lot of macro blocks, for example, you will have less of these visible macro blocks on the screen. So you will see less of macro block issues, less pixelization on, let's say, normal, standard, or low-end content.
But is it a new
picture will
codec
be much
developed
more
by
clean.
TCL?
Sorry
It's
again?
a new codec developed by TCL.
No, it's an improvement. It's an improvement of an existing codec.
It's better than AV1. It's better than H.266.
You could say
better than
it's the same,
H.265.
it's comparable, but let's say the effect on screen is better. Yes.
Nice. So maybe you contribute all this to like YouTube and Netflix, so they can better compress their content.
Yes.
Maybe.
Because not everyone has 8K YouTube or 8K Netflix,
Yeah.
not yet on the market.
What's happening here?
Here we have a 100-inch TV with a great sound.
It's 4,000 nits.
Yeah, that TV we sell in China, under TCL brand, of course.
Very, very bright.
Very bright, Dolby Vision Atmos. But the most impressive part is also the sound, what you cannot hear here. But you see on the left and the right, behind you on the side, you have these tall boys, and you have a subwoofer here in the middle, giving a great sound.
So at TCL, you don't only want to do soundbar stuff, which a lot of people are doing. It's nice to have real surround sound,
Yeah.
real speakers to
Yes.
say, not just little things that you put under the TV. You want to have real speakers
We
for
do
the
both.
experience.
We do
no?
both. We often, below the TV, we often include a soundbar. We integrate a soundbar. Sometimes we integrate it in a flush way or in a more prominent way, like what you see here. And we also sell individual soundbars, of course.
Is that your screen? What's this? No, that's
No,
competitor.
that's
Okay.
not
Something
from
else.
TCL. Is
Okay. It's another friendly
I
company
think it's
over
from
there.
the CES.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
And the next big news, we discussed 8K, we discussed
Yeah.
mini LED. The other big news is quantum dot TVs, QLED TVs.
But all of those that you've shown until now, are they all quantum dot or not?
Yes, but I was showing 8K, I was showing mini LED. So let's say very good, innovative, the best picture quality, let's say. Here, what we have is more affordable quantum dot TVs. So these quantum dot TVs they come with 100 Hz. So they are really good quantum dot.
100 or 120 for the US, no?
Yeah, 120 in the US, 100 Hz in Europe.
And this is 75 inch.
It's 75, 65 and 55. We have 3 screen sizes and it's kind of QLED plus, let's say, because 100 Hz, 100% color volume, very bright screens. On the other side, we have even more affordable QLED TVs, no 100 Hz, 50 Hz, very slim. What you can see here is probably one of the most competitive QLED TV range on the market when we launch it in April and May.
82 inch, 65.
82 for the US, and in Europe we will have a 75, a 65, a 55 and a 50. Most probably, still under discussion, 3 size for Europe, 50, 55, 65. We are also targeting, more affordable prices on these kind of QLED models. So it's a really It's really good QLED, really good QLED quality, very good with a lot of innovation inside, hands-free. We can talk more, Android and so on. But this kind of TV will target the price of a normal TV. So almost QLED for free. We will see how the market is moving, but we are preparing. Our mission is to democratize the technology to make quantum dot affordable so that everyone can afford a quantum dot.
So
next year.
65 inch quantum dot for $499. No, how
What
much?
did you say again?
$499. 65 inch quantum dot.
Way cheaper.
Cheaper.
No, 1499 you said or 499?
$499.
No. 55, 4599.
Okay.
Depending on the competition again.
Yeah, 65 is a little bit more.
It depends when the market will be. And
Below
65,
1,000.
65 might be or will be below 1,000, we think. Yes.
799.
We don't know yet, to be honest. We really don't know yet. Look, we are in January. We're going to introduce this range in April, May. Many things can change before the Euro Cup. You know that the market price are really aggressive. We will be there at the right level of price. This is our mission in TCL. We will never make super high quantum dot.
The brightness is good on those cheap ones.
But again, those cheap ones are really good quality.
Is the 1000 nits or no?
It's 800.
800.
800 nits, so very good brightness. 100% color volume because it's quantum dot. Yeah.
Why can't we get the big ones in Europe? Why do you just sell them to the Americans?
market.
Because
market
we
is
also love big.
Here it doesn't look big, but in your flat, in my flat, or
It's too big.
in your castle, in your big home, maybe good enough, but not so many
castles.
people.
All the castles are in Europe.
No.
There's no castles in the US.
That's only a few customers. That's not enough. We need more and bigger homes in Europe. In USA, everyone can accept this. No, to be honest, even in USA, this 82-inch might be still
Overkill?
big for next year. So
But,
the year after, 2021.
Can you estimate around how much would the 82-inch
The market-
quantum dot be for the US? How much is the price? Is it 1499?
I cannot comment at all. I have no clue here in the US.
It's the Americans who deal
Yeah,
with
because it's Americans. We have to ask our
So you don't
American
have
colleagues.
space in the containers, shipping containers. When you go to Europe, there's no space for the big one.
No, that's
right
not
now.
a big deal. But I advise we talk to Bruce later for
Yeah.
the USA range. You can easily talk to Bruce.
All right, we can catch up with him later. How about
comment on
how
your
about here?
range.
These.
So for Europe,
how about these?
About these one. So this one, they come
Price
with,
around.
for Europe, they come with Android 9, compatible Android 10, 11. They also come, very interesting here, what you can see, they come with a soundbar. In the soundbar, we include a microphone. We call it
Nice.
hands-free voice control. So now you can say, hey Google, to wake up your TV and change channel, open Netflix. You don't need your remote control or your smartphone anymore.
And you
talk
can
directly
speak
to the
Alexa
TV.
with it also. If you prefer to speak Alexa, you can do it also.
Both Alexa compatible and Google Assistant compatible.
You can even speak both at the same time.
No,
Hey
you have
Google,
to
what
choose.
time is it? Hey Alexa, record the TV
Oh,
show.
you can do that because they have different skills. Alexa skills and Google Assistant skills are quite different. And of course, you can use both. The only difference is when you use a Google Assistant, then you talk directly to the TV. You say, hey Google, or you can use your remote control. If you use the Alexa, the work with Alexa, you still have to plug an Echo Dot to it. So you plug it, and then you can say, hey, hey Google, you say, Alexa, change channel. Alexa, open Netflix.
So I'm not to say anything bad about Roku. Roku is great and stuff, but
Roku is
sometimes you
more
do
for US.
Roku in the US.
So just
but
now I
in
was
Europe
talking-
we get Android.
Yes, in Europe,
Which is great.
Android is really big, really useful. This is probably the best OS so far that we can have here in Europe. How to say, Android system, Android TV is very much evolutive. You have updates and you have upgrades. But this is the biggest amount of applications you can dream. You have the Amazon Prime, you have the Netflix, you have all the latest applications on Android TV. and
Google
the
has done a-
convenient,
Google has
the
done
ease
a
of use.
good job in the last year, a couple of years, to improve the Android TV experience.
I think you are raising a valid point. At the really beginning, if we go 4 or 5 years back, it was the first time we launched Android TV. Let's say other brands launched Android TV 5, was not ready. Android 6 was quite slow, but from Android 7 and 8, you see a lot of improvements. The operating system has improved so much between Android 5, 6 and then 7, 8 is really optimized for TV. At the beginning, what the makers, TV makers were doing, they were just porting Android mobile phone into a TV, which didn't work that well. But that was Android 5 and 6. Later, we developed specific Android TV versions, 7, 8 and 9, and this is really working fast and really good at the moment. And you see the sales of Android TV raising up in Europe.
Consumers are happy.
Yeah, really happy. We have really good feedback on that. Because you find all your applications, you have many useful features like, the Google Home, you can control your curtains, your coffee machine, your fridge via Google Home. You can enjoy games. You have 4K HDR on Netflix, Dolby Vision on Netflix, HDR 10 Plus on Amazon Prime. So many applications and games compared to other systems.
Because we go here.
Tell me, sir.
TCL is doing lots of smart home things, no?
Correct.
There's you can connect the lights. You can connect humidifier, the air purifier.
Yeah. So what we are showing here is a connected home with some fun stuff. Detection. We can train Jim if you like.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
It's just an app on Android TV. It's just an app, this, right?
It's an app, and sometimes it's a chipset which we include in all these devices. In all these TCL devices, you have a small chipset so that they can intercommunicate as an ecosystem.
And here there's even the whole TCL kitchen with the smart, what do you call it, the hub? The thing there, smart fridge
over there,
smart fridge, smart cooking, smart doors,
you have smart curtains, smart lamps.
TCL is a market leader in China for these smart doors.
The smart
selling
lock,
any in Europe, maybe?
It's called the smart lock. Only in China at the moment. We are considering
Europe, no?
We are discussing with customers to introduce this in Europe,
nice.
But we don't have any agreement yet.
This could be a smart mirror in front of the bathroom and the air
conditioning system. And over there you have also a part of the smart home where you can control, you know, the lamps or the popcorn coffee machine via the Google Home system.
Nice. So I did another video in Shenzhen. People can check
you
it
already
out.
made this.
And with all the AI. And if you don't mind, we can go walk around over here.
Over there.
You have a strange,
this is
a very
really
cute
fun
dog. What is this about?
This is about
Upright
you know,
TV.
when you look at younger generations today, when they snap or when they do some Facebook Messenger so on, they very often use the portrait or the landscape mode. Yeah, both. This TV will react to your content on your mobile phone automatically. So
nice.
if you shake your mobile phone, for example,
how do you make it turn?
I will ask the lady if she's here. Do you have the mobile for the demo? We can have a short demo here, I think.
Let's.
The other one. I can show you on the other screen.
On the other screen. Let's go there. Yes.
Yeah. So then the phone is paired with your
The phone
TV,
is paired with the TV.
and then some kind of shake happens.
So here you shake on the phone, and then the
There's a
TV
motor
turns,
turning the TV.
and you see a very nice
Puppy is still
soundbar
there.
at the back. You have a very good sound also.
Nice. And then you have the Android AI right there, and you can shake it back to puppy upright mode.
Yes, and there is also a possibility that when you change from portrait to landscape, the TV will also change the format automatically.
Nice. Then we keep going around.
Yep.
There's the whole big push by TCL to launch smartphones,
So
launch earphones.
are
Those are the
always coming
new
with smart speakers. This is really fun.
TCL earphones.
Fun TCL earphones, full of colors. We call them Intra, and we spent a lot of time on this part here because this part should be really gentle to the inside of your ear. The weight, so the weight, this part should be on the outside of your ear, because the human ear, my human ear, your human ear, is not prepared to support any weight on the inside.
Nice.
So we spend a lot of time to optimize the shape here, so that when you put it in your ear, really, the weight is supported by the outside and not by the inside.
So with TCL, people are not going to get strange ears out of using these kind of things.
No, it's very
Which is going to happen with Apple and all the other ones.
I can't say on Apple,
Joking a little bit.
but that one is really comfortable.
Well engineered.
These kind of headphones are really great. You have two range of product. This one will be like introduced in March, April in Europe, around 79 euros. So very good.
And you gave one to every media at your press conference.
No, we're not buying medias, my friend.
You gave one.
But for testing, yes.
For testing,
For
yeah.
testing.
So I have one. I'm going to review it very soon.
So
we're going to test out the
79
quality.
euros, I think you got them at the press conference. And we got also the sports mode over there, the sport one, sorry. This one is going to be like more 99 euro in Europe. It comes with the charger, of course. You have very good autonomy. Yeah? It's splash proof, sweat proof.
And the quality hopefully is great.
The sound quality you're gonna tell us very soon, I guess.
I'm starting to testing
but
already.
you will hear it.
Nice. The battery life is good, long, and everything.
And then talking about sound quality.
Yeah.
We have the best soundbar of the show.
Already?
Yes. Here. This is considered already at IFA. We got 5 awards. Best soundbar of IFA. Again here in Vegas. This is the best soundbar of the show. Maybe you can decrease a little bit. Can you decrease a little bit? No. What is really nice in this soundbar here is that we have deflectors. So most of the soundbars are doing virtualization. You know, it's an algorithm to do Atmos left-right virtualization. Here, this soundbar is not virtual. This is a mechanical principle with deflectors. The sound flow, you can feel the sound flow going on the left, going on the right to the wall and reflecting.
To do better surround kind of effect without surround.
Because when you hear when you send the flow, when I talk to you like this, you understand me. If I talk to you like this, or if I talk to you like this, then you don't understand me anymore. So it's a basic principle, but that's the only soundbar in the world doing this. Deflectors, the flow is standing there. Of course, in the middle, you still have middle speakers for the clarity, for the voice, and for the dialogue.
Is it going to be affordable?
This is called Radens. This is TCL Radens, affordable, less than 400 euro, probably 399, launching in Q1, so March, April.
Nice.
Bracket.
Let's
Really
check some
nice.
of the phones, even though it's not your segment.
Right.
But let's go over there because TCL is going big time on the phones.
Yeah, we have announced. So 6 months ago in Europe at IFA, less than 6 months ago, in September, we announced launched the Plex in Germany, Spain, and now we are launching in USA. Here in USA, this is TCL Plex. So really good picture quality and camera.
Is it called Plex or is it a different name now?
That's a good question. We are thinking maybe to use a different name. Yes.
Yeah. So you have one with a little dot in the corner.
Yeah.
And high quality build.
It's
nice.
called a notch.
It's TCL quality display, right?
Yes, it's TCL display, and we use what we call a chipset called Next Vision. This is all the experience we have in TV in terms of HDR. We bring it to the mobile. So that mobile has a HDR quality on the display.
But the price is half of an iPhone, or maybe less. It's like a good price,
I think it's even, depends which iPhone you take, but of course it's TCL and it's affordable technology.
And any chance to try
you will see more in Barcelona.
You're talking about a foldable phone. Any chance you might have one you're showing to people?
If you come in Barcelona at the Mobile World Congress, we will reveal and we will announce much more details on this foldable phone.
So it's going to be a cool foldable phone. Hopefully it's not going to cost $2,500 like Huawei or Samsung. Maybe more affordable. Hopefully.
You know us.
But the quality is hopefully good.
The quality is going to be under control. It comes also from our display factories. So the power of TCL is that we are not only doing the hardware and the software, but the main power of TCL is that we are using our own displays. So we control what we buy, we control what we do, because we control the display. We are vertically integrated from display until the product.
Not many companies are like this in the world.
Only 3 in the world. Only 3 electronic companies in the world are vertically integrated. 2 are Korean,
Samsung and LG.
Yeah, and 1 Chinese, TCL.
And all the other brands in the whole world
have to buy.
They buy from a different supplier.
Yes, from 5, 6 different.
It could be BOE, for example, who doesn't make their own brand.
Could be TCL, CSOT factories.
So you ship to other companies too?
Yes, we ship displays to any company, any competitor. In this industry, we share displays sometimes. But in TCL, we mostly use our own displays because we really want to control the quality, the technology, innovation, and ultimately have an affordable price of it.
Thanks a lot for making these amazing displays, because it's great there's 7 billion people in the world and everybody enjoys displays, and it's nice that somebody is thinking about doing them affordable, right? Not just
good quality.
I'm not going to complain too much about some of the Korean displays, but sometimes they're very expensive. I mean, they also have different SKUs for all these different markets,
Yes.
but affordable is great. So everybody can afford a nice 8K QLED.
Not
soon.
only affordable, really good quality also.
Good quality.
Yes, at an affordable price.
So you're going to be number one eventually? Sometimes you are number one.
We have some countries where we are really number 1 or 2. Example, USA. Also in France, we are number 3 in TV on the market because we have TCL and Thomson brand, for example. So we are the number 3 TV seller. So we have some countries where when we invest, really, you see the sales really growing fast. So China is one of these. USA is a key country. In Europe, you have France, Germany, UK, where TCL is growing constantly, yes, and quite fast. Faster than the market, at least.
Hi, my name is Matt Barber. Welcome to the Hisense 2020 CES booth. One of the first products we're going to look at today is our prototype 8K television. The model that we see here is an 85-inch 8K television, so there's over 33 million pixels to deliver the highest resolution possible in LCD panels today. Right now, as I said, it is a prototype, so we're still working on it, but it is going to be quantum dot. It does have 8K AI upscaling and a pretty unique 4.2.2 multi-channel speaker system where there are actually 4 speakers spread around the frame of the television and built into the underneath display cabinet. In this particular unit, it will come with this secondary stand with an LED display on it that is actually able to be integrated into things such as your smart home. So you can actually control your smart home from that LED display, as well as showcase things like music lyrics or obviously information about your favorite artists, bring up movies that you might want to actually display on the television. So a very versatile kind of secondary LED display to complement the 8K screen. Another prototype that we have at CES 2020 for Hisense is our 8K ULED XD television.
Hey.
Now, this is
dual layer.
This is dual layer. So when you hear dual cell technology and XD, they're talking about the exact same thing. And what we've done with this technology is taken a 4K panel and a 2K panel and physically bonded them together. Now there is still an LED backlight panel, and with that LED backlight panel and the 2K panel, we are creating a level of contrast never seen before in LCD technology. The 2K panel acts as luminance control for the LED backlight that gives us OLED level blacks while maintaining LED brightness levels, basically bringing the best of both worlds of OLED and LCD together into one product.
Is it true there's a little bit loss of brightness?
I'm sorry?
Because of the second layer, there's maybe some loss of brightness a little bit.
So that has been a common question, in my humble opinion, given that some of our units have over 1,000 nits peak brightness. If there is any loss of light, you can't tell.
So there's going to be over 1,000 nits.
Now the 75-inch that we're seeing here in the 8K, again being a prototype, it hasn't been set yet. We're saying on our placard over here that it is 1,000 nits, but when it comes to market, could be more.
Could be more. The one that was before was not dual layer, might be brighter.
Correct.
No?
Correct.
It might be 2,000 nit or something.
They did not give us a nit count for it, so I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
But was definitely coming to market, or is it already on market?
Well, and that's the
4K XD.
That's a very interesting question, and here's why. In late summer of 2019, Hisense actually released a dual cell television in domestic market China, therefore becoming the first company in the world to deliver dual cell technology to the consumer in our ULED XD brand. So that being said, a lot of consumers are asking, well, when is this coming to the US?
Right.
Well, the 65 XD 9G is tentatively slated for Q3, Q4 of this year. And this has the exact same technology as we saw with the 75-inch over there, but again, this is the 4K, 2K concept as opposed to the 8K concept.
Q3, Q4.
Yes, sir.
So you're ramping up mass production because it's not easy to mass produce something like dual cell. Maybe that's why it's not ready yet for global.
Well, I mean, we are talking about LCD panels, so the creation of the panels themselves is fairly common nowadays, since the commoditization of the technology. The bonding of it doesn't take that long, but it's the alignment. It's the alignment that is key and is crucial there. But we are at a point now where we feel like we're able to not only do it fairly quickly, but also be able to get the image that you see here done correctly.
What are the nits?
This one's going to be 1,000 nits peak brightness.
So
quantum dot, 1,000 nits, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos.
2 million zones.
So the 2 million zones.
2 million on the second cell.
Absolutely. So, and again, I don't want to confuse anyone.
Hello guys, this is Andre from Onyx International. We are here at CES convention in Las Vegas 2020, one more year again, and this time we're introducing very quick. I'm gonna show you the new e-ink phone, 5.8 inches that we are introducing at CES. Still is a demo, but already functioning. It has a SIM card inside. We can call to different phones, and already has the same Android 9.0 that all our other products has. And very quick, as you can see, you can have several applications. The screen refresh is very fast. You have 4 modes of refresh if you want to scroll on or browse the internet or just reading, and it's gonna be great. I mean, this product is gonna be ready for the market around end of Q1 or beginning of Q2 2020. So stay tuned and check it out. Thank you.
So how's it going at the CES?
CES is being fantastic. For me, it's the 3rd year in a row, and it's going really good because at this point we have new partners worldwide, and new possible partners for the future. So we are here hoping to close some deals and to start cooperating with some companies to develop the US market.
So there's big potential in the US, 300 million people?
It's huge. We have the information that we got from our Amazon sales, and everything indicates that the US market is very big, and that most importantly that the American people love our products, and they see the potential, and they see how these products can be useful for them in their daily tasks.
All right, and what's the other news around here?
So basically, as you have reviewed in your videos previously, this one is the Note 2. The Note 2, if I'm not wrong, you already reviewed it in Hong Kong, which is already the latest 10.3 version, which includes fingerprint recognition, a strong and robust hardware, which includes 4 gigabytes RAM and the octa-core processor. At the same time, we have improved a little bit the software. Now you can take notes on top of up to 8 files, different files like PDF, EPUB, MOBI, doc, HTML, etc. So we are keeping improving our products. Also, as you may remember, we also have a handwriting recognition to digital text, and also voice to speech software. So basically, people will use this device for working and studying.
So the momentum is going up, more and more people getting into this market, buying?
Yes, because this is, of course, is a process. Everyone in the very beginning compared this product with a regular 6-inch e-reader, which of course has the technology as reference and also the function of reading, but this product, these big sizes go beyond that, and also allow the features that, as I said, are good for working and studying. Once our brand is every time more known, then of course we have more users, more followers, and at the same time more business partners are willing to work with us.
Right, and here at the CES, you also have a colleague, American colleague.
Yeah, Jason. Jason is our associate in the US, and is helping us to develop different niche markets. He's a professional of the American football and other sports, and he's bringing our solution to different niche markets.
So here at the CES, what's been the response from people, and what do you usually show them? For example, when you talk about American football, is there a solution about this?
Yeah, I think the use of the e-ink screen allows for the use out in the sunlight, and so if I get a pen here, so by using the e-ink screen, the thing that would be very useful to the outside world is, I could be diagramming some plays. I could say, hey, here's some players here, and I'm gonna, you're gonna block this guy. You're gonna block him, and then we're gonna run. You're gonna go fill here, and I can show this. The key is that out in the sunlight, I can be way far away from the athletes, from the players.
It's impossible to do with an iPad.
It's impossible to do with an iPad because of the glare, because of the glass screen. But with the e-ink screen, you're able to do this outside. It's one of the major benefits of this. And so that's what I'm trying to use out in the real world, out in the applications, those markets that obviously there's a lot of sports that are done outside where you can draw and reuse. Imagine a coach could also diagram these up, go to the next play. These things are saved, with all the storage on this. I can review this with my players at a later time using some film, using my diagrams to help my athletes get better, help my coaches be better strategists.
All right, so at CES, there's lots of interactions, right?
Yes, everybody wants to come up. They want to touch it. They want to write on it. They want to, see what it's like writing. Mostly heard just all positives about the writing experience. It feels like paper. Writing, whether you're writing research documents, you're taking notes in your meetings, just all these types of these things that are going on with business professionals. This is made for business professionals. And then the ease of jumping from a note-taking device to the library where the PDFs can then be used. And so now on a PDF, I can just have simple text here, but you can thumb through any kind of PDF. It changes, then I can write right on it. So if I'm doing some study, doing some things like this, I can change the way I view this. A split screen. Most professionals are not used to the split view, where they can have a PDF on one side of the e-ink screen and then taking some notes on the other side.
So how big is the potential in the U.S. market?
There's business professionals all over the world. There's athletes all over the world. There's coaches. The sky's the limit, I think. And one of the things is just educating our consumers about the benefits of this. I don't know about you, but I like reading on e-ink screens compared to a backlight monitor screen. And I think in that aspect, in the education world, there's a lot of applications for that.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's next also with Onyx?
Well, I don't know if you saw already the e-ink phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you come,
the Android operating system is increasing.
because now it's charging. Now it's charging, but I think you saw it. You saw it before. Our CEO Kim show it to the camera. So basically, we understand there is a huge market. There is millions of people using smartphones every day, 6 to 8 hours in front of the screen. It is demonstrated that the LCD screens and TFT screens damage the eyes. So for that reason, we mix e-ink technology with a smartphone solution, and we have a device which you can use with the basic functions as a smartphone to call everyone, and at the same time you can read all your ebooks or news or messages in an eye-friendly screen. So it's gonna be. It's still not released. We don't have yet a retail price, nor a release date. However, it's going to be, I guess, around end of Q1, maybe early Q2 2020. And we hope it's going to be a success.
And this market is growing.
So this market,
see more and more sales compared to previous year.
In general, you mean for
your products?
Yeah, of course. As I said previously, So in the very beginning, the brand needs some time for people to know and also to know the products. For us also, it's some time to be improving our products in terms of software and also providing a robust hardware. And at this point, we already have a quite mature product, but of course, software has always room for improvement. And of course, we are every day working to improve that.
And here at CES 2020. Hi.
Hi.
So here you have an e-ink phone. Books, phone. How big is the screen?
5.8.
5.8 inch. E-ink. You can show the Android.
Just stand and
Right.
enjoy.
Are we on?
So it looks nice. Is this coming to the market?
Yes, it's coming to the market. It's not our first ink mobile phone. Actually, it's the second.
We did one like 6 years ago, right?
Yeah, you follow it.
Yeah. It was a big story everywhere. It was the first one.
Yeah, that's the second.
And now, do you mean that maybe now the hardware, the CPU, the screen, everything is ready for a big market, you think?
Of course, we do it. Not only maybe we sell to some niche vertical market, but also we only show to the market we can use it in our e-book reader, in our e-ink tablet.
So it's great for reading books, any books you want. And this is how it looks with the fingerprint sensor,
Yeah,
camera,
everything standard.
Type C.
Type C. Yeah.
All right. This is a 5.7 and great for reading on the subway. And you can turn off the front light. You have front light?
Yes, we have.
Right. There's a way to do with the front light. Okay, no problem. And then right here, this is a 5.7 and next to the 13.3. How's it going with Max 3?
Max 3 is good. It's good selling. People love it.
Which is a big market for this? Is it education? Is it professionals?
Education and business and professional.
Right.
Lawyers and entrepreneurs and also some engineering people, designers, they like it.
Where is the best market for you? Where are you selling more?
We sell all around the world, every country.
You sell a lot in China, right?
Comparably, in China, those smaller have a better selling.
And in Europe and USA, a lot of people like to take one.
Yeah, they love a bigger one.
And here I see you have a keyboard. You can use any Bluetooth keyboard with all the devices have Bluetooth, right?
Yeah, the Onyx product have rich imaginations.
It's really cool. And the price is still 800? 800 something?
To some business partner, we have some special policy to them.
If they
Here.
make a big order, you mean?
Not really. Just strategically, we support those B2B partner to help them to have vertical market, to have more applications in our device.
And when we look at this phone, for example, I saw that there's another company, Hisense, is doing something with the color. What do you think about that?
There's many people is doing it. Many people is doing the e-ink phone, and I think it's a good starting for them. But for Onyx, we are experienced. We know that people for using ink, first of all, they need to have a good reader. So that's Onyx couldn't.
And the Hisense is a color, but it's
Color
using the
is a
filter or
prototype.
what?
We have our color one 4 years ago in education for bigger size. It's an old technology.
It's using color
it is-
filter, huh?
It's a color filter. It's not real color, but if the technology gradually matures, we will think about it.
How do you do the color? What's your technology about the color?
The technology, I think it's more suitable for children. And we do it in our educational tablet, ink tablet, 4 years before.
And there's also one you're talking about on this one.
Nowhere.
It's called the poke, right? Where's the poke? Sorry, I can't find the poke. Yeah, so you were saying something about a poke device also?
Yeah.
So
Let me show you some interesting things. My favorite, but
is it ready for shipping?
Yeah, ready for shipping. It's very tiny, very slight, and the battery power consumption is very good.
So it's a how big? 6 inch.
6 inch.
6 inch. All right.
Hey, I'm Brandon from Roland. We're here at CES 2020, and we have a large new presence here and a lot of cool things. So let's go have a look.
What's
have a
happening
look at
here?
what we have. So this is our demonstration of our Roland Cloud. So we have, as you'll see, we have many virtual instruments. So these are a lot of our classic instruments that were influential in a lot of modern music that we know today. So the TB-303, which was instrumental in genres like acid house, the 808, which we all know the boom of a lot of modern music, that comes from that. 909, another influential drum machine. Juno 106. So these are basically virtual instruments that you can get in a basically a $19.95 a month subscription. You get all the new instruments that are coming, and you know, these are authentic circuit modeled reproductions of
How
our
can
classic
you use
instruments.
those? Are you actually using those in conjunction with your?
Yeah,
this
so they
one?
can be in any digital audio workstation. And you can run them on a computer, laptop, desktop, and then we have all kinds of controller keyboards and things that you can play from. You know, things like knobs that are on this A88 Mark II, which is a brand new MIDI controller we've just announced. These knobs will control these instruments on screen. So you know, you can essentially do a whole live performance with a rack, you know, wall of instruments, but these are all in the computer and all
And
virtual.
you can use them in real time.
Absolutely.
It's like real-time access.
Yep,
is,
yep, real
It's like
time.
having the original machine.
So you can hear. So that's a 909, 303 going. You know, so that's 5 or 6 or so virtual instruments that are all running, and they're you know, really detailed models of all of our classic Roland instruments throughout, you know, 80s and 90s
Nice.
and 70s.
This is just one of the booths you have around here.
Yeah, so we actually do a performance here where we have multiple players, so that person is playing virtual instruments. This station here, and we'll look on the other side in a second, is some more live performance instruments we just came out with. This is the MC707 Groove Box. So this is like a standalone production and performance device. You have 8 tracks of drum machines and synthesizers, and you can perform on the pads and using the faders and the knobs. So you can write a whole piece of music on this. And then this is the Jupiter XM. So this is the compact version of our new Jupiter X line. This kind of has all of Roland's history really in one box. There's like 40 years of synthesis in this thing. So vintage analog style stuff, vintage digital stuff, and then new sounds. You can combine things together. Basically 5 synthesizers stacked on top of each other. Cool thing that's in here is this thing called this iArpeggio, which uses kind of machine learning to predict to look at how you're playing and to predict how you're playing, and will actually adjust the complexity of arpeggios and things based on how you play. So that's pretty cool, and it's all made of metal and has that vintage Jupiter look. So
Nice. And you have a bigger Jupiter behind?
we do a Jupiter X, which if you want to walk right around here,
It looks really cool.
Yeah,
this is
so
new.
this is brand new, and so this actually isn't out until probably March or April. So this is a full-size version of the Jupiter X. Nice, the big kind of vintage
66 or
61 key,
61.
brand new keyboard. So it's a brand new Action that we make that's available in 61 and 76 key. And yeah, so it's got lit up mod wheels, little display over here, but a lot of the stuff can be done from hands-on.
The Action is not like a real piano, no? It's
no,
like
it's synth Action, but it's a semi-weight synth Action, so heavier than your typical fully unweighted. And it's a really excellent, probably for me, one of the best synth actions.
What's happening with all these LEDs?
So these are kind of telling you the status of things. So this could be used to change sounds, but it could also be used to pick a model. So if I want to make it a Jupiter or a Juno, which is another classic synthesizer, JX, SH, these are all sought after synthesizers. You can switch the model depending on when you're in this model bank mode. It can also load scenes, which is a whole configuration with effects and everything, and you can be all ready for a live performance or something. So
I'm hearing some drums.
Yeah, so
something's happening.
This is our dear friend Michael Shack, who is legendary in on
YouTube
in drum demonstrations.
Everywhere?
And, but he does a lot more than drum. He's triggering video and controlling tempo and all kinds of instruments, and it's a really intricate thing. So
is it all set up or not?
Are you
going to do a show?
Do one in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll roll back in a minute, or can you give us a little flurry, a little?
Nice.
There you go.
How good are the Roland electric drums?
They're the best.
The best.
Why do you ask how good they are? They're the best. There's no competition. Well,
no
there is,
competition.
but they're not here.
The competition doesn't touch this. Can't touch this.
Well, we have this mesh head technology, and the way our cymbals work and everything really gives you the feel of.
I have a TD4.
Congratulations, and it still works, correct?
Yeah, of course.
That's it. You have a drum set, you hit on it all the time, and it keeps on working.
Okay, there's only 30 seconds left. I'm joking. Well, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, we'll go
Let's
go
get
quickly.
20 seconds of this before it starts.
Yeah. So this is a looping device. So we actually have a guy doing beatboxing, and so we got 5 channels of looping, and he can sing in and create drum parts and bass parts. And I would demonstrate, but I am no beatboxer. But that's really amazing, and those guys actually play together. So up here, all of these are synced together. So they play a performance together and do a bunch of different.
Probably
songs.
millions and millions of views on people filming these demos at CES.
Yep.
It's going to be huge.
Yep, it's
in the next few months. People are going to
pretty
be checking
incredible.
them out.
And mixing beatboxing with drumming, with synthesis, and groove boxes is pretty cool. So come this way.
This is the same machine like before?
This is so we have the bigger one, the RC505, and then over here there is a smaller one, the RC202, which is like a 2-channel. Basically tabletop looping, real simple to use, volume here, you can record and play, and you can just overdub as many times as you want. So that plus some talent.
It's Boss.
That's right, that's Boss, which is also part of Roland. And then this is an interesting thing. So this is called the Go Live Cast. So if you're a person who, in this case, this scenario is a person doing a makeup YouTuber, but you could be a performer, instrumentalist. You can plug your mic or your mixer into here, and then basically you just plug this into a tablet or a phone. Over Wi-Fi, you can use another camera, so you can have a 2-camera system just with this little box, no computer necessary, and then you can do things like applause, you can put titles, overlays, you can play video content.
So it's a video mixer.
Essentially, exactly. So any content that the phone has access to, you can overlay, and so one person can do a multi-camera angle, high production value broadcast to Facebook.
But you can also
YouTube.
flip it like normal video.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is like weird.
Yeah. This would be all portrait mode, but yeah, you can switch everything to landscape, or you can do a combination of landscape and portrait if you want to.
So how many channels? You say 2?
So two video channels, and you can of course determine where they go or turn them off. 2 video channels, and then any amount of audio or video content based upon just what you have on the phone. So it makes a super easy computerless setup for broadcasting. High quality, And the XLR jack here allows you to really plug in a nice, really nice microphone, or a feed from, let's say, a mixer or something.
Can't use a USB microphone.
Yeah.
You can?
I don't think, no, you can't use a USB microphone, but I think you can use one of the microphones on one of the tablets, I believe. One microphone.
So you have
but here we've just got an XLR connection.
I'm not really sure how it works, but there's two inputs here.
That's for headphones. So one of these connects to, one of these will connect to power. So you need some 5-volt power. One of them connects to the first device, and then the second one is remote. So this could be a handheld, could be walking around with it, but as long as it has Wi-Fi connection, it's good.
Okay,
so that's
can we
$250.
check out his,
Yeah, let's go.
You stand close with your mic. He's actually triggering the video behind me.
Yeah, he is. He's controlling tempo and everything. So we'll come back here in a second, but just quickly, this is called Zen Beats, and this is a cross-platform, so Mac, PC, Android, and iOS music production system. So you can, write drum patterns and keyboard patterns and things anywhere you are on a phone or a tablet, or you can also hook it up to something like the System 8 here, which is a Roland synthesizer that can also mimic a lot lot of our classic synths.
This is a new launch for the CES.
Yes, that's right. So this was used to be something called Stage Light, which is now Roland Zen Beats, and then we released 1.1 here at the show, which gives us direct integration with the 88 Mark II controller we looked at the beginning. So we can come back here quickly, but you want to talk about the piano real quick? So this is really interesting. This is a concept piano called the Facet Piano. And this was essentially a design competition. Roland wanted to kind of challenge the design world to say, well, what could the piano be? And let's break out of the traditional mold of pianos. And so this was a design winner from South Korea. And it was built by our team in Hamamatsu and uses all the latest technologies. So it has
a speaker?
Yeah, so it has multiple speakers down here. In here, up there, there's even speakers and projection built in. So the sound will project from this, so it's designed to project like an acoustic piano, but also it can have actual visual projection as well. And it has a tablet built in here to the where the music stand would be, so the user can call up songs. It also has voice control through Alexa, and uses all of our state-of-the-art technologies.
I'm afraid to touch, but it's
this
is a one in the world.
Yeah.
You only have one, right?
Yeah, it's only one, but it is fully playable. In fact,
there's no price on it.
No price, no, and no plan to actually have this piano, particularly as it stands, available. However, this will kind of inform, similar to how concept cars work. Some of this stuff may trickle into production products.
Just sell it.
Yeah, just
put it out there.
People want it. We've actually had a lot of people ask about it. So
hopefully it'll be cheaper than what do you call those?
A Lamborghini or
okay.
It's unknown at this time, but we hope that some of this stuff will become
Steinway. Cheaper than the Steinway.
Maybe they're becoming, but more practical. Well, is it practical? I don't know, but it certainly looks great.
Nice.
So
maybe we can get back to that guy.
yeah, let's go back over and we'll talk with Matthew.
He's busy all the time. Matthew's there, right?
We'll break him away.
Yeah.
I have a PR.
I'm gonna jump in here. Maybe we'll record.
And this is just as we're waiting. This is Go Piano, kind of for people starting or that want a lot of capability in a small, affordable instrument. There's that. And as you're seeing here again is ZenBeats in kind of a keyboard view. But also on Android devices and iOS devices, you can share the song and move from one to the other, which is pretty amazing to be able to work on a phone, but then also move over to the computer.
Then you can compose. Let him have your mic.
Yeah, I'm going to pass you over to my compatriot.
Clip on the mic right there. Just clip it on.
Hook that to your beard.
Yeah.
To my beard?
Right.
Perfect.
Right there.
You got audio? We good?
So how's been the CES?
CES has been fantastic. It's amazing getting to show people that there is a sleeping musician in everyone, and anyone can make a beat regardless of your previous musical history or no musical history. Do you yourself make music, sir?
Yeah, so I try to use there's Cubase, there's a bunch, but they're a little bit difficult to use.
Well, they are, and they're all fantastic applications, but they're aimed at full-on professional use. There are colleges that teach you how to use these apps.
Even Ableton Live.
Ableton Live, another fantastic app, but once again, aimed at professionals. I want to show you guys how anyone can make music with just their index finger. Let's get into it. So this is ZenBeats. It's, as I think Brian may have mentioned, it is cross-platform, and it's free to download on any device. Whatever device you've got in your pocket, chances are you can go get it from the Google Play Store or the App Store. Let's get into how it works. Now, if you're brand new to music and you want to just dive right in, we've got in-app lessons that cover all the basics from, making music using the loop browser, building a beat from scratch. The lessons will walk you through the process. Since I'm here, let's just go ahead and dive right in. Let's start a brand new song. I'm going to hit a new song button from the home screen. That's going to give me my drum grid and my on-screen instruments. These are
tracks you can have.
As many tracks as you want. How many what?
Different instruments.
You're kind of unlimited. I'll show you. So when you start a new song, you've got a drum machine. If you've got a touch device, you can record and tap out a beat. Let's say you're not even there yet. You haven't practiced. It's not your thing. Just hit the play button and you can go to all your sounds and you can easily enable a kick drum. You can also swipe and make music with gestures. Got the basis of a beat going. Let's add some stuff to spice it up. Cool. Now I've got this beat going, and this is in our app mode called Loop Builder. Loop Builder is all about being free and creating ideas. This drum loop is going to play forever unless I explicitly press stop. Let's move on and add some more stuff. So you can add unlimited tracks in ZenBeats. We have audio tracks, instrument tracks, drum tracks like we're on now, and some mixing tracks like sends, track templates, and song parts if you want to grow your song out. Let's start with audio tracks. With audio tracks in ZenBeats, you can record your own audio from a microphone, or plug in your guitar or bass. I don't have a guitar or bass, and you don't want to hear me sing. So we're going to go with the next thing you can do, which is import audio. Touch here, you'll get your loop browser. Your loop browser has access to thousands of loops organized by type, 808, bass, drums. Let's just layer another drum beat here. I can browse, audition, and if I like it, just drag and drop it. Boom. The next type of track we have are instruments. ZenBeats comes with 8 keyboard-based instruments, including a very versatile synth and sampler. Now, if you're on Mac, PC, or iOS, you also have access to external plugins. Think VST, 2, 3, and audio units. Let's make some stuff with some internal ZenBeats sounds. I'm going to pick my favorite instrument, Sampleverse. Sampleverse is a synth and a sampler combined. Without going too heavy on you, you can touch the record button here and you can actually multi-sample any instrument, guitar, bass, or violin, and play it on your keys. I've got a basic synth loaded here. Now, obviously I'm playing a nice keyboard. You don't need one. You can bring one up here and play on screen.
This could be on your Android phone right now.
It says on it, this can be on your Android phone right now. Now when playing on a phone, it can be difficult to hit the keys on a touchscreen. Or if you're like me, I play guitar, I don't play keys. We have a nice feature called Key Lock. You can pick your key, pick your mode, no mistakes. Another cool thing about this is MPE. That's a very geeky term, but let me show you what it means. That means multi-polyphonic expression. You're used to doing pitch bending like this on the keyboard. With MPE, it's per finger pitch. And other effects like filtering. Let's record something. Done recording, loop it, and go. So what I've done here is I've just created the first part of a song. These are loops, these are song parts. You can think of song parts like an intro, a verse, a chorus, a bridge, you name it. You can have unlimited tracks in Zen Beats and unlimited song parts. So you can put as many ideas you have together and then trigger and play them on the fly. You can play loops individually or entire columns like so. So if I want to start adding a new song part, I can just start dragging and dropping. Or recording, like so, easy as that. Now, in addition to making music with loops, we also have a linear mode. What happens if you make an entire song in loop mode, but you change your mind? You want to maybe get it in linear mode. Let me show you. I'm going to open up a basic template here. It's got some song parts on already. I'm going to touch my record button and I'm going to go to record the timeline. This allows you to remix all your loops on the fly and multi-track them in the background. We'll start with just this little hi-hat here. Bring in some bass. Now let's drop in the hits. Let's bring in this whole column. Everything is being multi-tracked in the background. And switch the timeline. And there's your multi-track sequence.
All this can run on the phone?
Yes.
All of it?
All of it. So everything I essentially showed you is it's the same software on the iPhone, Android, iPad, Chromebook. Now let's say, okay, we've got something, we want to save it. When you save in Zen Beats, you can save on your device, you can save to Google Drive or OneDrive, two of the most popular connected cloud accounts. After you save it, maybe this is something I made on my phone, and maybe I now want to transfer it to my PC or my Mac. We also have built-in transfer functions. So if your devices are online, you can wirelessly send anything you've done on your phone to your tablet or your PC. The Wi-Fi here is very slow, so it took a little time, but yeah, I can see my iOS device there. I hit select, transfer, and it sends all your content over to your other devices. So you can start a beat on your phone, finish it out on your PC, or maybe you start a really good idea on your PC, but you gotta go. Send it to your phone and work on it while you're on the road. That is Zen Beats. You can get it today on the iOS App Store, Google Play, or the Mac or PC versions available at Roland.com.
How much?
Thank you. So the mobile versions start at $14.99. The desktop versions are $49.99. And we also have an in-app store. You can buy individual loop packs based on every genre and subgenre you could hope for. Real Roland sounds like the classic 808, TR-707, TR-909, and more. All these are individually sold for $4 a pack. Now, if you're the type of cat that wants to get everything all in one, we also offer the Ultimate Unlock, which will give you a Zen Beats Unlock on Mac, Windows, Android, iOS, even Chromebooks that support Android apps, and also give you all of our content in the in-app store today.
And you can input any keyboard that's MIDI or USB? Or
So as far as hardware, we support any hardware your device supports. So if you have a USB sound card you want to use, hook it up, choose it in the settings, and go. As you see here, I'm using a Roland System 8 as my audio device for my PC right now.
It's just like a MIDI controller?
Yep, and you go to your MIDI and set a MIDI controller or any audio device. We work with everything.
What can you output to a MIDI also?
I'm sorry?
Can you output to MIDI also?
You can output MIDI, you can export patterns as MIDI, and also let's say you want to collaborate with someone who's using a full professional DAW like Pro Tools or Logic. The share button will also allow you to create stems of anything you're doing in one touch. You can do full uncompressed wave, lossless FLAC, or OGG. It'll render every track as its own wave, so you can drag and drop it into any full-fledged DAW of your choice.
All the sounds from Roland, all available.
Tons of sounds from Roland. If you're on the Mac or Windows version, as I mentioned, we also support VST plugins, which I highly recommend everyone to check out Roland Cloud. All their entire legacy is right here, down to XV5080, down to the Jupiters, the Juno 106s, the D50s, all the best recreations of these instruments in software form today.
You have to subscribe to those separately?
Those are the separate subscriptions. ZenBeats is its own thing. The pricing is for a one-time license fee for ZenBeats. Once again, $14.99 on iOS or Android, $49.99 on Windows or Mac.
So here's this is an iPad Pro.
Yeah.
So there's something that I heard about the iOS devices having less lag than Android. Is that true or not?
Well, it honestly depends on the device, but overall, iOS, they can have better audio than some Android devices. We're using a Google Pixel here that has very good touch latency.
Is the same like an iPhone?
I'd have to AB them side by side to see. I use ZenBeats on a Samsung myself, and it works fantastic too.
And you say Chromebook, so that means every Chromebook is because they're Android.
Every Chromebook that supports Android apps. There are still some older legacy Chromebooks that don't have Android app support, and that we can't work on. But anything that does have the Google Play Store on, you can download it, and same thing.
All right. Is there any chance there might be a keyboard coming out with like an Android touchscreen in the middle there, and then supporting this directly in the keyboard?
I don't know anything about that.
This is just the beginning, right?
We're just at the start. I'm the product manager for the software. That is what I focus on. And we just dropped version 1.1. This is brand new. We have lots of exciting things in store. Please stay tuned.
And on iOS, there's a bunch of music apps, more than an Android, but are you the best? Is this the best system out there?
Of course we're the best, absolutely.
This is the coolest, easiest to use?
I mean, as a product manager, I potentially biased, but yes, I think it is the easiest app to use today. And it's the only app that you can get real Roland sounds in.
Thanks a lot. All right. Thanks. Maybe
sorry.
I could get the mic.
Yeah.
Just going to check her out over there to finish the video.
Oh, yeah. Here, hold on to that. It's kind of stuck in my back.
Thanks a lot. All right, awesome. Thanks.
What side?
I'll give you the card just in 1 minute.
Yeah, catch it.
I'm just going to go right over here. Sorry. So a lot of innovation at Roland. It's probably the coolest music company in the world.
Welcome to CES 2020. This is a microchip technology booth. My name is Wayne Freeman, and we're going to show you all about smart, connected, and secure technology.
So you've got lots of demos around here. Let's go.
Okay. We've got lots of demos around here. In fact, let's talk to this gentleman here about the smart steering wheels.
Hi.
This is Prerak Bakshi from Microchip.
Okay.
And what I'm showing is a new automotive technologies for HMI. There's two technology trends that we're addressing over here. We'll start out with the first one, which is right in the center over here. As you can see, the screen sizes are getting much larger. 8 and 10 is not standard anymore. You're talking about 15, 17, 19 inches, right? When those sizes get really large, you actually lose a lot of real estate that you have for mechanical buttons and encoders. So what we've done is given an ability to bring the encoders into the display. As an example, we actually have a passive knob over here that's part of the active display, and there's really no electronics behind it. It's just a mechanical contraption, as you can see, adhere it right on the screen, and you're able to get really good encoding out of the system.
So it's a capacitive technology?
The solution here itself inherently is capacitive in nature, but this here is just another mechanical passive piece that you have adhered on top. It's taking advantage of the capacitance in order to figure out what the encoding angles are, all right? What we also have over here is a display on knob. An alternative to a knob on display, we have another way of actually implementing a knob, a display over a knob kind of a solution. You can touch on it and control various features.
Is there, so you do the technology that's to do with the knob or the display, or?
This is actually still capacitive. Everything here is still capacitive in nature. We're using one of our MXT devices in order to develop this solution.
What's happening with these displays here?
So the other technology that we were going to show is the trend that the automotive guys are looking at, developing ultra-wide sensors, ultra-wide displays. What we've developed the solutions that will allow you to create different aspect ratios from 7:1, 5:1, 8:1, up to 45 inches using a single chip controller. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to start seeing in a couple of years, where the OEMs actually are asking for pillar-to-pillar kind of a solution. We're enabling that kind of a solution using our MXT controller products.
So it's controlling the touchscreen?
It's controlling the touchscreen here as well. So you're interacting touch over here. Here's an example. We have the side view mirror. You can zoom and pan, right? It kind of gives you the ability to bring everything inside the car, improves your aerodynamics, improves your fuel efficiencies. Same thing applies over here as well. So we have the ability to touch at all these different areas, and you can go all the way up to 45 inches with a single chip controller.
All right. Single chip, capacitive touch
controller.
Yes, special functions around that.
Correct.
Especially for automotive, you need to have reliability.
For automotive, you actually do need reliability and functional safety. So we're also integrating a lot of functional safety, which is running diagnostics while the acquisition is being done, without actually compromising the latency or the performance of the system itself.
All right, and then I'll check out some of the other systems around
Absolutely.
here. All right, maybe we can hand over the microphone. So I'm just coming over here. You can get mic'd up right here.
Hey there, yeah, we met last year in chat.
Yeah. So you can have it right there. Maybe you can
if you want to get it for me.
Snap it on right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just stick back on my belt or something.
In the front, sir.
Oh, front?
In the
Front's
front,
better for
it's
blue?
interference otherwise.
Oh, got it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you showing around here?
Sure, so we're showing off some things that you can do with MaxTouch that you can't quite do on your cell phone or your tablet. This is a ruggedized tablet from a company called Juniper Systems, and I can grab a normal wooden pencil. So this isn't your $100 Apple pencil. This is a 2-cent number 2 pencil from Staples or Office Depot. I'm going to make the situation even harder by grabbing a leather glove that's also not conductive. Wood, of course, doesn't conduct electricity or electrons either. The lead in the pencil is conductive. perspective. So I can take advantage of our very high SNR, or signal to noise ratio, and grab this and write on a capacitive touchscreen. It's amazing all of the amount of technology we put into play just to get a 2-cent pencil to work on a touchscreen, but this is amazing physics here. We're relying on a very small amount of charge displacing from the touch sensor. Those small amount of electrons jump into the lead of the pencil. They don't have anywhere to go. There's just more electrons in the sensor than there is in the pencil, so a few of them will jump across. We can count them and track them accurately and reliably on a running Windows tablet here with a noisy charger. Our CES demos are all kind of powered together, tremendously noisy. Also in a floating state, it works great as well. But in the noisy state, the noise is often much bigger than the level of signal. So being able to pull off something like this is an impressive feat.
So it's in a capacitive touchscreen firmware and the algorithm.
There's
stuff?
hardware and firmware. So we're leveraging some patents that we have that allow us to sense touch differentially, which helps eliminate the common mode noise from coming into the controller. And then we have some sophisticated algorithms, many of which are patented to avoid noise and then filter noise that is broad spectrum and can't be filtered.
And you have some more touchscreen demos around here?
Absolutely. So this is another couple of demos showing the use of a thick glove on a touchscreen. So let's find the calculator. Here it is. And we can show that you can still use a calculator reliably and accurately through the presence of a thick glove. There it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do.
This is very hard to do. It effectively looks like a hovering finger. In fact, if I take the glove off and I hover my finger above the sensor, you can see that we can tell the difference between a glove and a hovering touch. My hovering finger doesn't detect a touch, but when my finger is in a glove, then and only then does it report the touch.
All right. What do you show around here?
Sure. So this is a brand new chip. This is called the MXT2952TD.
So it's
a different chip, new technology from us. It's using another patent of ours called differential mutual sensing. I showed you before, we're working with one very thick finger. There's other controllers in the market that can do a single thick finger as well. What we're able to do though is work with now multi-touch. Thick gloves, we can rotate, we can zoom, we can pinch, and I've got two very thick gloves at play. This is something that's really quite revolutionary, especially when you consider the fact that this is an 8mm cover glass equivalent. This monitor originally had 1.1mm glass. We took a 6mm piece of glass with an air gap and glued this whole thing together so that now it looks like 8mm of glass. Just sensing a bare finger through such a thick lens is a challenge. Adding a thick glove on top of that, now that's really tough.
Nice. And what's happening here?
This is Garmin Marine. It's a marine GPS and fish finder. We can support lots of water on the system. So picture rain coming down, you're on a boat, it's very rainy, no false touches, but you still want to be able to use the GPS and you want to be able to use it with multi-touch. So you expect that your multiple touches should still work reliably and accurately. Now let's picture that there's a tsunami and big ocean waves are starting to come and crash up on the boat. Now we've got 5% salt water. 5% is the saltiest water you find in oceans. Most ocean water is 3.5%. As water gets saltier and saltier, it becomes more and more conductive and becomes frankly a nightmare for a capacitive touchscreen. If you spray this water on your cell phone or on your tablet, 5% saline, it'll go crazy. Human blood, saline solution in the medical environment is only 0.9% saline. It's frankly pretty easy for us. 5%, this is a big challenge. So spray this on, we notice that there's no false touches at all, and now I can still, even with moving salt water around my finger, I can still use the touchscreen. So that means that our fisherman who's on the boat in the tsunami can navigate home safely to his family thanks to MaxTouch technology.
Tsunami is a pretty challenging thing.
I hope a fisherman's not out there on his own in a little boat, but if it comes along while he's fishing, he can now use Garmin's GPS.
If it's out in the deep sea, it's okay.
That's right.
As far as I remember. All right.
So here is our 3D gesture technology that we're showing. This is a light switch simulation. We can show the range here that the light switch is just woken up with this kind of a range. I can now turn on the lights with I can now use an air wheel gesture to turn the lights back on, to dim the lights, or turn them back up, make them a little bit brighter. Turn
Is this
them on all the way.
capacitive technology
Also
again?
capacitive, yes. Everything that we do now in microchip for touch sensing or air gesture sensing is all capacitive based. So we're relying on electric fields here. So this is a kind of a demonstration board showing a light switch. This same technology has been integrated into several shipping products. This is a little video wall showing a Jaguar moonroof that uses it to open and close the moonroof, a Sony speaker, a smart mirror from Burbag where you can turn on and off the lights, and a Muriel photo frame in the lower right. We have that frame in the home section where you can change artwork, all with a gesture of your hand. This is a speaker set from Cambridge Audio. From the UK that has integrated the same gesture technology to control the speaker. So as my hand approaches, you'll see the speaker is just lit up. So now these capacitive touch buttons have been revealed. I can play music or pause music, and then I can also switch to the next track, all without having to touch the speaker.
This is on the market.
I'm sorry?
It's for sale in the market.
That's correct, yes. I think $250 on Amazon. They also have batteries in them too, left and right, and they run for several hours off of batteries.
Nice. And you have more and more stuff. Can you just put this on the other side?
Yes.
This is interference.
Sure.
In my things. What do you show here?
So this one is kind of the integration of everything I've shown you, our 2D and 3D technology merging together. So here we have a system. This could be full screen album art if you listen to music. It could be full screen GPS or maps if you're using it to navigate. When your hand comes in range, now the GUI changes and you can see your settings buttons. So we can now navigate through menus and choose which menu we want to go into, all with using gestures. I can go down and we can switch through some slides. I'm controlling this all without even touching the system. Think about a medical environment where doctors, as soon as they touch a surface, they have to wash their hands again. Now you can scroll through X-ray images, you can zoom in, zoom out, all without having to touch the system.
Is this, all this stuff is brand new, is already, except for those speakers, and other bunch of things in the market?
So yes, this chip is, has been shipping for a few years. We have a new generation of chip. This is now automotive grade. And there's a new version that's both automotive and industrial grade that's been released to mass production middle of last year. So that's just now getting designed into new products.
Into new cars.
Into new cars and other kinds of systems.
Getting all these gesture stuff in the cars.
That's right. This is a technology demonstration where we're merging the gesture chip and our MaxTouch 2D touchscreen technology together. So this is a multi-chip chipset that we're demonstrating as a technology to drive the new use cases.
All right, and this is a form?
Finally, you've seen I think some of our knob on display technology in the automotive use case. This is showing a home appliance environment. So we have an oven above us, and then we have an oven below. Left knob controls the top oven, right knob controls the bottom oven. We can set our cooking mode, touch in the middle, and then change the temperature of the oven. Click it again, and now we change our time that we want to cook at, and then click it, and we've now started cooking. All without using a very ergonomic
And
knob.
these are fixed permanently, or it can stick on and stick off?
They're stuck in place. We use a 3M automotive grade double stick tape. Our MaxTouch controller needs to know the size, the shape, and position of the knob, and it's basically a software-defined knob. It's a standard touch sensor. There's no special sensor pattern design required. You just need a special controller to handle the knob.
All right. That's a lot of cool touch technologies right here.
Very good.
This also?
Yeah, this is one of our partners called Grayhill. So I just showed you knob on display. This is the opposite here. This is display on knob, where Grayhill's taking a MaxTouch touchscreen and integrating it onto a mechanical knob. This knob feels wonderful. This is a really great sensation, Hall effect sensor, so kind of traditional mechanical knob, but they're bringing it into the modern era by adding a touchscreen. So I can swipe between different modes. Here I can change my fading. If I swipe this way, I'm on FM. I can swipe again, I'm on AM, I can change my frequency. Here I'm on satellite radio, just as one of many different use case examples. And this is showing a trend in many different industries moving towards in-mold electronics, where electronics can physically be mounted, and including touch sensors, behind plastic that gets thermoformed into different shapes. So imagine an automotive environment where you can feel where the volume controls are or the temperature controls without having to look at them. And here you've got haptic feedback as well, so I can feel the sensation. I know something's happening, and you can get audio feedback from the system as well.
It's vibrating?
It's vibrating, so give that a feel.
Whoa. It's vibrating the whole surface?
It vibrates, there's some localization, so you get a little sensation kind of near where your finger is pressing.
Feels cool.
Some of these are force enabled as well, so if you touch lightly, nothing happens, but if you press a little harder, it feels like you're pressing a button.
All right.
So this is another growing trend called in-mold electronics.
Nice. And we're here at the CES 2020, and you're launching a new smart glass right here. Hey.
Hey Jarbox, how are you, my man?
So, so which are these?
Yeah, so at CES we're actually announcing 2 new products, or showing 2 new products. This is the M4000. A lot of folks might be familiar with Vuzix's M400, which is an enterprise-based pair of smart glasses used for warehouse picking, used for field service applications, remote support, those kinds of things. This is the same device, but here it sports a see-through optical system. So the cool thing about this is I'm seeing the real world. So maybe I'm picking parts out of a bin, let's say, and I'm seeing the parts and I'm seeing what I'm supposed to pick. So I don't have to think through what I saw in a touchpad over here that says pick 5 out of bin 3. I can literally see pick 5 and I'm looking at bin 3. And when I look over at bin 2, it says pick 2, and so you can never get it wrong. It's really a much more accurate way to pick. It also can be safer because it's optically see-through and you're seeing the environment around you. The other product that we're showing at CES is Smart Swim.
So this one is a smart glass for swimming.
Yes, that's correct.
And it's stable in the water?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. In fact, swimming can be a relatively boring thing. I mean, you're in the pool. Sorry.
No problem. All right. There's Okay, there's some demos over there. Yeah. So.
So swimming can be a little bit boring. With these glasses, these smart glasses, you can actually even watch Netflix now or movies. You can watch training videos while you're in the pool. It'll do your lap counts, etc.
Yeah, let's go right over here with the Smart Swim. So you have it waterproof. The whole thing is waterproof.
Yeah, in fact, Craig here can give you a little bit more information about it. Craig, sure. You want to give us the quick?
Oh, sure, the quick 5-second tour. Well, this is Vuzix Smart Swim. It's a head-up display for swimming. It renders an image of your cell phone on your eye while you're swimming. It attaches to your goggle. We support over 20 different brands. And basically it has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and it's got an accelerometer and gyroscope for lap training. It'll run for 5 hours to 7 hours, depending on the application.
So these are the kind of the screens you can have?
These are some of the screens for lap training. So it basically replaces your sport watch. It's like all the information is real-time delivery of the information as you are swimming or training. But imagine watching videos, streaming real-time YouTube videos as you are training. Training videos, chasing the Olympic record line, or maybe you just want to be entertained while the process of healing your body is happening.
The coach can give you real-time information?
Yes, and it's a full-color display.
And you could be swimming across the channel.
Yes.
And you can have GPS?
GPS, so it can give you a course outline and a course map. You can follow the course map as you're swimming. This is Alligator Lighthouse Swim here. This came right out of our system. And the lines are very clean. It's a very clean GPS system.
I don't know what it's like when you're doing open water swim. You swim, you stop and you look up, and you try to find a buoy, and then you correct. So this is a straight line. It's a beeline to the buoy with these glasses on.
That's like the guy who has this on is going to win every time.
He's going a lot less distance. Now
certain things are going to get lost, that's for sure. But
is it allowed?
So on certain events, they allow it. Any of the sanctioned events, no. If it's a national championship, no, you can't wear it in competitions. But
they might update the whole system.
That might change.
They might say that everybody has to wear one.
Most of the open water events that I go to, they embrace it. They love the technology. They want to see it out there. You're about connecting people. Think about safety. If I could broadcast a message to every swimmer, if there's a problem on the course, you got to get out of the water, that kind of thing.
Nice. So how did you make it waterproof?
A lot of work.
A lot of work?
Yeah, if you think about it, that's everything that's inside of a phone today. And all the work that they had to go through on a phone to make it waterproof, we had to do the same sort of thing.
It's Android.
Yeah, it's Android based, right. The thing about this is, though, it's worn. right? So there's a bunch of other constraints that a phone doesn't have. The phone is a fairly mechanical device. It's square. It's got like square shoulders on it. It's a lot easier to secure. This took a lot of work, and this has to be flexible at the same time because it's got to fit different users, different user head sizes. So there's a lot of tech that goes into the.
And with the little elastic band there, it stays put where it needs to be.
Every goggle's a little different, but pretty much that's the basic concept. You bungee it on. You can bungee it onto a pair of kayaking goggles. You can bungee it onto a snorkeling mask, so you can go snorkeling tour. Imagine
Diving?
a snorkeling tour, not diving. It's 1 meter down for 8 hours. But a snorkeling tour is you're on the surface. It's all surface swimming. So put a GPS course and show people where they want to go for the hot spots on a snorkeling tour, and you just follow the GPS map and away you go.
Nice. Does it have a camera? No.
We have a camera as an accessory. You can buy this specific camera.
And then
we
that
have an
gets
app.
that's inside the app.
There's an app. So we have a carousel. You scroll the carousel and you pick the camera app, and that camera app runs with this camera. So you
Nice.
can put this camera on the back of your head, and you look down, you see the horizon line, so I can see where I'm swimming without stopping. I can put it on the back of my boat in a kayak, and I can paddle while the hands free, and I can see what's behind the boat without turning around to see what's going on back there. So
Nice.
there's different applications.
Bluetooth headphones also, so while you're swimming, you've got audio, you're watching the videos. It's all kind of a
I'd like
tied-in
to have
AV system.
augmented information about the fish that I'm seeing.
Yes,
If they're
certainly.
poisonous or not.
Yes.
That'll
Yes.
come, that'll come.
And how far the sharks are.
Yeah, well, that too. Someday, all that stuff, right?
Some
Makes
people get
sense.
nervous when they snorkel.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look at something and tell me what it is.
Like a warning, don't touch this jellyfish.
Right. Something.
Okay.
Yes. That's
All
another
right.
great application.
Cool. All right. So let's go to the 4000 right here. You have a lot of coverage at this show.
A partner of Vuzix called Ride On. These are ski goggles. They use our waveguides inside of them while you're on the hill. It's telling you how fast you're going down the hill. All this information floats way down in front of you, so you're not refocusing on the hill and then the information and then the hill. You know where your friends are because they can all be linked together. Listen to music through these guys. So this is a heads-up display for ski goggles.
So it's not it's a new it's a different price, not the blade in there.
It's not the blade. It uses a lot of blade components actually. As you might imagine, they can be pretty flexible to be used elsewhere. But it's a lot of the tech that's in a blade, but it's in a form factor.
Is it
of a
big
ski
market
goggle.
or is it just starting?
Well, it's brand new. This thing's just started shipping here in the January timeframe.
Wow, so it's just in time for this winter.
Yes, correct.
Cool, awesome. So let's go to the M4000.
Yeah, so this is the M4000. And I'm going to let Warren tell everybody about it. Warren, can you give us a kind of a tour, please?
Sure. My name is Warren. I'm showing off the M4000, our newest M-series device featuring our Vuzix waveguide and display engine.
So they are on right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm wearing it. I can see the screen, I can see the camera, and I can see through.
This is a really big waveguide. It's the whole glass, right?
Yeah, it's horizontal, 16 by 9, NHD resolution, and it's really crisp. Like there's lots of lights coming in, and it's not really intruding on what I'm seeing.
Take it off?
Yeah.
You can take off?
I can take off the helmet, yeah.
So, a big market, can you hold it right here? Yeah.
Sure.
So a big market for Vuzix is the enterprise, right? So this is the latest, the best for that market, right?
Correct. This is the second product we're building around our Qualcomm relationship, and this is an enterprise product. And it will be our first pure enterprise product that has a waveguide display.
So it's the XR1 CPU is in there?
Yeah, the Qualcomm XR1. We're really happy with this chip. It's been successful in the M400. We're happy to use it again in the 4000.
Is the ARM Cortex A53 quad core or something like that?
It's a quad core.
Quad core, powerful 64-bit,
8-core,
octa-core, with even a GPU that you can use and everything.
Yeah, it's got graphics processor built in, AI engine built in. It's loaded with tech. It's the latest sort of silicon that you could get for a modern phone.
So the biggest part of your business is the enterprise, right, so far?
That's right, and a good example is this use case that we have right here. When Warren puts the hat on, what he can do is he can walk up to a piece of equipment, look at a QR code that's sitting on the gear, and with that it gives you the work instructions to assemble this particular job. And the task here is, this is a server box, and he's got to make connections between this box and this box. And the work instructions in the glasses right now are saying connect. Well, why don't you tell us, Warren?
it says connect the blue cable to A3 to B11.
See how it lights up?
Yeah.
You got it right? Try the next one.
And I could use voice or just use the buttons and touchpad to move on to the next. I like using the buttons. Step 2, connect red cable to A11 to B3.
And what's nice is these work instructions are floating right over the work, so it's not like he's got to look someplace else. He's looking where he's working.
A1.
So you actually have a lot of customers in the enterprise.
It's the bulk of Vuzix's business today. Enterprise and warehousing, logistics, field service applications, remote support applications. You think about it, you got a worker in the field, he's using his hands. He's doing a job, let's say, that he's not done before. Maybe he's done it once or twice and can't remember everything, so he can pull up the work instructions like you just saw here, and they come up step by step. If he's lost and can't figure out what he's doing, he can then make a remote support call to an expert that's sitting back at the office. The camera runs, it's a 13 megapixel camera in the front. This camera will stream over the Wi-Fi connection out through the internet to the expert, and the guy on the other end says, Frank, let me give you a hand here. So he's looking, and he literally can, almost like reaching in and teleporting over, circle items, do this next, unscrew this, all of that stuff with the remote export helping out, without the remote guy having to get on a car and go and help him to do the work.
And you totally have this happening in a big way.
Oh, there's,
and you've been
there's
this has been happening for you for a few years now, right?
It's really starting to move, though. In 2020, you'll see a banner year for Vuzix. The number of companies that are starting to deploy this because the ROIs are so significant is amazing. So yeah, it's finally augmented reality in the form of smart glasses is starting to take the market by storm.
And you have some partners over there partnering with you on the solution.
Yes, that's
maybe
right.
UBMax.
We have a bunch of them here.
Yeah?
Actually, some examples.
Yeah.
UBMax here.
Yeah.
They're our partners out of Germany. This young lady is stateside, and you want to give us a quick tour?
Sure. So, hello. I'm Carly Kroll, and I'm with UBMax Inc., which is the US side of our company. We do digital work instructions for the industrial workers. So we have a whole creator tool where you're able to do step-by-step workflows, and then they get put onto the smart glasses so that the workers would actually have hands-free information in real time. So imagine watching a YouTube tutorial like when you're trying to fix your dishwasher but you're holding your phone or balancing your tablet. Instead, the idea is that workers would have videos, pictures, text, all hands-free on the smart devices so that they can have their safety gloves on, have their hands on their equipment and tools, and be able to go through an entire assembly, whether it's an airplane engine or something small.
And you have real customers.
Yes.
This is happening.
We
It's
have
not
over,
just like
we
a
have
cool
over 300
tech.
customers worldwide, ranging in automotive manufacturing with BMW, Audi, Porsche, John Deere. We also have in logistics, we work with DHL and Coca-Cola Hellenic Bottling Company in multiple countries and locations.
So they're really using it.
Yes, they
They're
are.
not just experimenting.
Absolutely, no. We've full rollouts in multiple countries and continents. And one of our other big things besides the work instructions for inspection and manufacturing is the logistics aspect. So we integrate to warehouse management systems so that orders would come in the field view of the worker and they would be able to pick and put, whether they're driving a forklift or they're doing it by hand, much quicker and with much more accuracy. And so
Amazon?
Amazon is not one of our current customers, but Walmart is for logistics, and DHL in Europe, US, and Mexico.
Nice. Because potentially it could be great in like a warehouse.
Yes, for the 2D.
For like something like Amazon where they tell the
Yes,
the guys
currently
to go
Amazon
around.
has their own software that they like to use, but we work in many other warehouses around the world.
Maybe
doing
they've
exactly
automated
that.
everything. No, I'm joking.
Well, the idea
anywhere it's
is
not
not doing, so although machines are extremely helpful, we believe in equipping the workers with wearables to keep them competitive with the robot workforce. So, and also allowing humans to interact with the machine colleagues that they have. And so another thing that we have is a remote support call. So
Yeah.
being able to call an expert wherever they are at any time, or country, doesn't matter, and get feedback. So rather than having an expert need to fly or drive on site to do a repair, they can now do it in real time. So 350 BMW dealerships in the US all use our software with a smart glass device in order to do repairs on BMW. And so it makes the repairs quicker, people get their cars back faster.
And the expert might be in Germany.
They could be in Germany, exactly.
And then boom, it's actually really happening.
Yes.
It's really being used. And
Correct.
I guess it must be fun for the workers who have the job that use these, right? They're
I think
feeling
part
cool.
of it is it can be fun and enjoyable. Other things is it actually helps make their lives easier. They have less wasted time, less wasted movement. They feel that they are more productive at their jobs, and so it actually makes their work-life balance better.
Nice, awesome.
They feel like they're Iron Man often too.
Yeah.
Super special with all this cool tech to help get the job done.
You're really helping making these jobs more exciting.
I think so. I think less errors too. So people feel better about, I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah. So then you also have a Zoe meet right here.
Yes.
Maybe we can jump in. Right here with Zoe meet. Maybe. Hi. So what's the latest with Zoe meet?
So the latest is speech intelligence. So we've been doing a speech to text on the glasses. You can do a meeting, you see a live text. But what happens after the text? You can store it, you can retrieve it, but there's more to it. You can check the engagement rate, you can check who said what, and keywords triggers could be exported into your MS Teams. It's a collaboration. The future of work is distributed, everybody's everywhere. Wear your glasses and be together with the team.
So you're making meetings more exciting.
Exactly. More interesting, more productive. Get more out of your meetings, so never forget what you said anymore.
And you can search through the whole meeting.
Yes, you can search. So I, for example, am terrible at taking notes.
In fact, you always go back and say, what? I can't remember what we were going to do there. With this,
did he say 20 million or did he say 25 million? Yeah, and then I actually have those situations and I look through, oh yes, he actually said that. What was that technology he said? And also after the call, what we will do is go through it, lift up certain words, certain things we discussed together, the follow-ups, put it in the email, I send it back to them. Everybody is so impressed. Like, how did you remember all this? I didn't. Zoe did.
So at the CES Tech, I was very excited about when you talked about translations.
Yes.
But you're still going to do it, right?
We're still going to do it. For consumers, it's amazing. For enterprises, I would say wait a little bit because the understanding is not good enough for you to reach a decision together, but it's good enough for you to go around and, hey, I understood what you said. That's amazing. So for consumers, yes, absolutely.
Do you Bluetooth an external microphone or you just record from the glass?
Just record from the glass.
It understands everything that's happening in the room? Or you might want to connect an external microphone. You can, right? There's Bluetooth support?
There's hundreds of Bluetooth mics that you could hook up to this thing. And you could have a center comm mic that was recording the whole room, three-dimensionally even. So yeah, there's lots of options to go with an external mic.
You can put a lapel microphone on the speaker.
Correct. Yes.
And then see right there.
Yeah.
But and then you use all kinds of APIs to get the speech to text.
We're also developing our own because for corporates it's very important. Because the general APIs will always miss the corporate. I always ask one thing. If you use a general speech engine, the CEO name is always wrong. The CEO, the executives, your product names. And this is where we come in, working with the enterprise to ensure the most important things are captured.
The product names.
Yeah, the things that you discuss about that is specific to your company. It doesn't matter if the accuracy of a general engine says 95% accuracy, but when it comes to your lingo, your corporate names, if the names are wrong, you're not capturing the correct things. So that's why we're focused specifically on enterprise solution, and it's wonderful working with Vuzix because that's what the customers want.
Nice.
Yeah.
So text to speech to text is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah?
It's amazing, actually. The guys on the other side of the booth, they're doing sign language communications. Very similar, but in this case, it's for people with hearing impairments.
Let's go around here. So, can you introduce?
Yeah, this is Sign Glasses. And you know what? The best man is Nathan here. We'll let him.
Yep, I'm with Sign Glasses. How are you, Nicholas?
Hi, so what do you do?
Okay, so what we do is we do real-time sign language interpretation and captioning through the glasses.
Whoa.
So our primary goal is to provide equal access to the deaf and hard of hearing community. There's millions of scenarios where they don't have access to a live sign language interpreter, there, wherever they're at, and we're able to connect them with the live sign language interpreter through our software.
Is the sign language not international? Every country has different?
So we actually use live sign language interpreters, and so the software is built where we can do it internationally in any country.
So every country has different sign language?
Yep, that's correct.
Why?
Just different languages. In America is American Sign Language.
Very much like Italian, French, English.
Yep,
really?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
So the Italians, they do this the whole time?
Yep, Italians. They do that in Argentina too.
So you can do that by machine learning, or somebody's remotely looking and typing in?
So right now we use a live person. So they're in a remote area, they're listening, receiving the audio, receiving a video feed, they sign, and our software connects that interpreter through the View 6 blades, and they're able to see it in the glass.
So, classroom with 3 or 4 kids in the classroom, let's say, that need to have access to the signing. So what they do today, right, is you got this person who's doing the sign language on one side of the room, the professor's on the other side of the room, the whiteboard's in the middle, and the poor student's going like this, back and forth, trying to follow it all. Now what happens is the student's sitting there comfortably, he's watching the professor, and next to the professor is the sign language of what's going on, so you can stay well connected to what's going on in the classroom.
So it's about sign language in anything?
Yep.
Everything?
Exactly. Yeah,
so it works in every situation.
It solves that big line of sight struggle. So if I'm a deaf person, I don't have to try to look 2 places at once. I can look at my professor and then see the sign language interpreter in the glasses at the same time.
Would it make sense to just have text?
It's set up for real-time text too, so we do both. And it just depends on the individual. If their primary language is sign language, they're obviously going to want a signer to be there with them. If their primary language is English and they just want to have a text captioning, we can provide that too.
Is it more efficient to do sign language, or
for certain situations? Absolutely.
It's working, or it's just a concept right now?
No, it's working. It's live. We've got dozens of schools that are set up using it with their students right now, and then we've got a few companies that are using it for either deaf customers or deaf employees to help them with trainings and meetings and things like that.
So you have a price per minute, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's a subscription base because we actually provide the sign language service, and that all depends on, how many minutes you're committing with us. We sell the hardware package at about $1,500, and then they own the equipment. So they'll have the glasses, the tablet, and the microphone. And then the other things are just kind of figured out depending on the needs.
Are there any public venues that are using it right now?
Yes. So the Pro Football Hall of Fame, they've got it in there. They've got a holographic theater. And if I'm a deaf person, I can walk in, and like a hearing person, I can put on the glasses and enjoy the theater moment that they have. Panasonic's a company we're working with who has deaf employees. They have to do trainings on plants and things like that, where having a live person just isn't the best fit for that. And so we connect them through the glasses.
When there's a big event, like political speeches and stuff, right?
Yep.
You could have potentially like 50 bad of hearing people all wearing the glass and one interpreter for all of them.
That's exactly
you
right.
Do that?
Yep, we can. Yeah, we can.
Because then it gets cheaper. They all share the price per minute, right?
Yep, exactly.
Because they always have sometimes sign language on the side and the corner, but they can have it in the glass.
And that's another good example of where, normally the sign language interpreter has to be on the side, and they can't even be watching the political speaker because they're looking at their interpreter, and that's another area where the glasses would add.